I'm Ben.
I'm Benny.
This is
Friends with Bennies.
Treehouse of Horror 10 aired October 31st, 1999. Kang and Kodos host an award show, and the family is watching on the couch. Homer is the Jack-in-the-Box, Marge is a witch, Maggie lost her baby legs, Lisa has an axe in her head, and Bart is the fly. Segment 1, I Know What You Diddly Italy Did, based on I Know What You Did Last Summer. Kind of. The Simpsons are driving through a fog when Marge runs over Ned Flanders, killing him.
I kind of like this episode. I kind of like this segment.
You know what? I'm going to say it's still ranked 31, but I think it's actually, this segment might be growing on me.
I liked it.
I think it's growing on me. Maybe it doesn't deserve to be 31 out of 35. I
gave it a 7. But, you know, now I'm realizing, like, it's definitely not up there with the ones that I just gave a 7 before. Yeah. But at the same time, I gave it a 7, and I enjoyed it. I think it was a good one.
This one got a 4 for me. I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it. Really, like, the only part that actually made me laugh was Homer was jealous that Marge got to kill someone, and he's driving through the neighborhood, and he's like, I never liked that Wiener Millhouse. That was really the only laugh I got from this one. I do like that part.
So here's something that's pretty telling is, like, I gave it a 7, but sitting here thinking about it, I can't think of anything to bring up about it.
Right. Yeah. So
watching it, I was like, that's funny. But like thinking of it now, nothing really pops into my mind.
I think the subversion from what you think, okay, this is going to be I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then he's a fucking werewolf? Yeah. It was just too much of a weird twist to, like, what?
Yeah. And it's a pretty forgettable one.
Yeah, it's funny because, like I said, I gave it a 7, but I can't recall anything to be like, well, this was funny, except the little Wiener Millhouse thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe I was too generous with that one.
Segment 2. Desperately Seeking Cena. A malfunctioning x-ray machine gives Bart the ability to stretch any part of his body, and Lisa super strength. They become a superhero duo, calling themselves Stretch Dude and Clobber Girl.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 3. I don't like it.
It is honestly pretty dumb. I didn't give things extremely low ratings for the most part. Like, my lowest rating was a 3. Mm-hmm. And I only gave a few that, but mostly, like, if I really didn't like it that much, it was like a 4 or 5 or a 6 is like pretty dumb. Mm-hmm. So for me to give it a 6, it sounds like for a 6 for me is like, it kind of sucked. Because I feel like to give it like a 5 is like mid. I don't know. My rating system is weird. I know. So for me, like the worst episode I would see would be like a 3. I don't know why.
He's got a 0.
That's fair.
Oh, no, yeah, I have a 0 somewhere, but
I have a 1. That's the lowest I went.
I gave this one a 5 just because it's got one of my favorite jokes, gags in it, is like, wait, Xena can't fly. And she's like, yeah, I'm not Xena. I'm Lucy Lawless. Like, okay, that's what boosts it from a 4 to a 5.
Segment 3. Life's a glitch, then you die. On December 31st, 1999, Homer, the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant's Y2K compliance officer, has neglected to fix all possible problems in the plant's computers. This results in a computer virus causing widespread destruction and societal collapse.
Yeah, kind of dumb.
I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 6 too, but
I gave it a 6 too. 6.
That's not great for me.
That's watchable for me.
Again, it's not below a 6, so I'd go back and watch it. But like the concept of it's pretty stupid.
Dick Clark's in it.
Yeah, I did like the celebrities into the sun.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
At the very beginning, there's a hair metal band playing.
But it's like they're like, we're not Whitesnake, yes, we're Poison, right?
What my note says, hair metal band. They're not Whitesnake or Poison or Quiet Riot. Maybe Rat.
That's right.
The drum set
they
says
didn't
Rat.
know who they were.
Yeah. All those bands blend together.
Even if you love hair metal, I don't think you could. I don't think Peacemaker could tell pictures apart sometime.
This is kind of where it starts going downhill. For a bit.
This is it. IMDb gives this episode a 7.8. We gave it a 3.9. That puts it at number 30 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 11 aired November 1st, 2000. The opening sequence is done as a parody of The Munsters. I thought it was cute.
I thought it was all right.
I liked
pretty
it.
good.
I gave it an 8 for the intro.
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was cute.
I gave it a 6, but I was in my this is where it tapers off mode.
Yeah, I gave it a 10 just because, and I don't even like the Munsters. I don't like the old Addams Family, but it's just like that. They nailed it. And that music is just so goddamn fun.
Don't they beat the shit out of him at the end too? Like, doesn't do the people like the?
I don't remember. I think they're just standing there.
No, I think they're the monsters, and then like because they're monsters, like the Springfield, like the crowd.
Oh, they might come out.
Might be
I think they
with a
club
board with a nail in it. No, we didn't talk about board with a nail in it. That was pretty funny
That's the
somewhere.
Monkey Paw episode, and it's great.
Yeah, that's...
Enslave humanity, will you? Right, anyway, we're going back.
Segment 1, Ghost Dad. Homer's horoscope says he will die. After choking on broccoli, St. Peter informs him he needs to complete one good deed to get into heaven. I gave it a 5. I didn't hate it, but...
Ghost Dad is there's another movie called Ghost Dad, and it stars Bill Cosby, and that movie's better than this episode.
You mention one thing to anybody about this, and so help me, I'll do things to you that you can't even imagine.
Fair.
I gave it a 5.5, which for me, not great.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6. I was being too generous. It's a 4.
I'm with Ben. I didn't completely hate it. Like there were parts that were okay, but overall, it's like I wouldn't go back and watch it.
My notes are just Ghost Dad, eye roll. That's it. Yeah.
Fair.
So, not great. So he goes up to heaven, but he needs to complete a good deed. He goes down to hell at one point. They had such a great opportunity for a callback to Hell, Homer versus the Devil episode, but they didn't take it, and that was pretty disappointing. Like, even just for the nostalgia, that could have given it some extra points, but...
I think oddly, eventually they do reference that. They do go back to that Hell scene again, but they just didn't in this one. This is when it starts getting a lull, where it's just... The Simpsons Halloween special is just a habit that has to be done.
Yeah, it's kind of a drag.
It's not a year late. Like, if it was done every couple of years, we might get bangers, but, like, it's just cranked the fuck
Like
out.
it became a chore.
Yeah. Like, it started to feel like an obligation. It just wasn't made with the same love anymore.
And I think some of them were an afterthought. Like, holy shit, we got to do the Halloween one, too.
To be fair, and I know, like, most people our age that are Simpsons fans are going to say the same shit, but, like, The Simpsons wasn't made with the same smarts and love and care and wittiness, and like it wasn't as quick, it wasn't as clever.
No,
it was just like they kind of like Homer started to get more dumbed down. I know he's kind of supposed to be a buffoon, but he's like he has his moments, you know what I mean? He's got his like he's not, I don't know, he's like a very lovable buffoon, but he just became a buffoon.
Conan O'Brien made him dumb is the internet accusation. Is like that's when Homer got really stupid.
But the Conan era was some of the best episodes.
Yeah.
It just really is.
You start
it
to
was supposed
see
to be a
it.
show about Bart, and then it moved over to Homer.
It becomes a completely different show, and you notice it after season 10 is what you notice it changing, like drastically. It kind of starts a little bit season 9, but season 9 has some bangers, and then season 10 has way less bangers, and then season 11 you're just like, all right, this is different now. Yeah, that's how it felt for me.
I could be wrong on this, but I thought I had read that a lot of the original writers, from the first 9 or 10 seasons, just weren't there anymore. They brought in people that didn't understand the characters. Yeah. They kind of just went with, the dad's an idiot,
I mean, that sounds about right, because like the show just didn't have that same wittiness about it. It just wasn't as clever.
Do we know, like, did a lot of writers jump ship to Futurama around that time?
This is 2012.
This one we're doing right now, this is 2000.
Okay. Yeah, Futurama started in 99. So, yeah, this is...
So I would have to imagine a lot of writers jumped to Futurama, right?
Yeah. And so they're probably doing both jobs, trying to make the pilot and make a kit, and then going back and forth. And it was, they were...
Probably something we could have fact-checked.
Pulled thin. The comments will fact check us. Don't worry about it.
Right. Segment 2. Scary tales can come true. Based on Grimm's fairy tales. In a fairy tale setting, the Simpsons are peasants living in a pumpkin cottage. After Homer loses his job as the village oaf, he abandons Bart and Lisa in the woods to solve the family's food shortage.
That's a load-bearing candy cane.
That's the only note I have on this one.
It's creative and beautiful, but there's just nothing there.
I gave this one a 6, which is only a half a point higher than the previous one. I thought it was the best of the 3 in this episode. Yeah.
I actually thought the first segment was better. I gave this one a 2. I just did not enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's fair.
I gave it a 7, but I was lying apparently. Like it's like a coronation. Like, oh wow, it's really beautiful, but there's just nothing fucking really happening here. Like, it's just empty. But it looked pretty and it was creative, but like there was just no story there.
Yeah, it's fair. Again, I can't really come up with too many memorable moments from it, but it's hard when you're actually sitting there like rating it. You know what I mean? Because you're like, I don't know, maybe like a 6. Yeah. All right, well, not much to say about that one.
Segment 3, Night of the Dolphin.
I'm out.
Okay, well,
I'm not doing it.
this is based on the movie The Day of the Dolphin. Lisa takes pity on the star attraction of Springfield's Marine World, a dolphin named Snorky. Lisa sets the dolphin free to swim in the ocean. Unbeknownst to Lisa, Snorky is actually king of the dolphins and organizes the world's dolphins into an army to declare war on humanity. We both agreed this was the worst fucking thing we had ever seen.
I think I quit watching The Simpsons. I'm done. I'm going home.
Oh, man. So it's funny because I don't know why I didn't rate this one lower. I gave it a 12. No, I'm just kidding.
12.
No, I gave it a 5.5. But here's the thing. So I think some of these I was watching late at night, and I was just like, I don't know, man, 5.5, right? But like watching it, I was like, man, this shit is really going downhill. He's like visibly upset.
Oh, dude,
This is a fucking 0. This like kind of ruins Simpsons a little bit for me.
Yeah,
this got a 1 from me. Like,
that's fair.
I didn't give a 0. This was the worst rating I gave. This was so fucking dumb.
Quantifiably, I gave up on The Simpsons Halloween because of this. I'm like, all right, they're done. They have no talent for Halloween.
I do remember watching this one and being like, yo, this is fucking stupid. But I gave it a 5.5 because I didn't think it was much worse than a lot of others.
And it's based off of a movie with George C. Scott, Day of the Doll, whatever it was. And I'm trying to do a review on it. It's so stupid, but I hate this episode.
It was a pretty bad one because I do remember watching it and being like, the fuck is actually happening here?
Yeah.
But to me, I gotta say, I don't think it was worse than some other ones that happened before it because there were some pretty fucking bad
There are
ones.
some really bad ones.
Yeah. So to me, it was on par with like, was it one of the worst ones for me? I think so.
Yeah.
But I have some that I rated lower, and I'm curious what you guys rated.
But like a lot, the bad ones are bland and forgettable. This one does make you angry.
To me, it just blended in with all the other other forgettable bland ones.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got to the one you guys hated the most.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, it goes uphill from here. That was like rock fucking bottom. IMDb gives this episode a 7.6. We gave it a 2.8. That puts it at number 33 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 12. Aired November 6, 2001. Smithers slips on a ladder and gets zapped. A tower from Burns' mansion breaks, damaging a mausoleum, which opens 4 caskets revealing 3 skeletons resembling Burns in different costumes. The Simpsons approach dressed as various characters, see the skeletons, scream and run through the fence, which slice the family. Segment 1, Hex and the City, based on the Stephen King novel Thinner. After destroying a gypsy's fortune teller office, Homer is cursed to bring misfortune to his loved ones.
I gave it a 5. Didn't hate it. This was the introduction to the Leprechaun character. Reoccurring. I love the Leprechaun. That was mostly the only good thing about this this segment.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty lame. 5.5 for me.
Segment 2, House of Wax, based on 2001 A Space Odyssey and the 1973 Dean Koontz novel Demon Seed. The Simpsons buy a demonic system for their home called Ultra House, voiced by Pierce Brosnan.
There was a Disney movie of the week called Smart House that is much closer. This, I think, was a direct spoof of that. The chick who plays Leela, Kate, I don't remember her name.
Right, I don't know.
She's the house voice, and then she's got a hologram version of herself, and then she makes herself real. She takes over this family's life. And, dude, the Disney weekly movies are fucking bangers.
I didn't hate this one so much.
My side comment is, this could have been a whole episode unto itself. If there wasn't the murder and gore, like, this could have been its own episode.
Agreed. I thought it was a little better than average. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 6 as well. Like, it's right there where, like, I'd watch this one again, but it wouldn't be my favorite. You know what I mean?
I give it a 6. Yeah. This is the uncomfortable start of the sexualization of Marge. We started noticing a trend that Marge starts to be exploited more and more and more in the episodes going forward.
I just put Sexy Marge a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I also actually put Sexy Marge a lot because I noticed it every time. But here's the thing. That didn't really happen a lot in the episodes that I was watching of Marge, right? So, like, seasons 1 through 10, she's not very sexualized, right? But, like, but I remember when she came out in Playboy and stuff, and, like, honestly, I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, that's kind of cool, right? I don't know how much it happens in later episodes of The Simpsons. So actually, when I'm watching the Halloween episodes, I think there was only Sexy Marge like 3 or 4 times.
It feels a lot more than that. You could be right, but it feels a lot more.
Had I watched the entire Simpsons series after season 10, which I've seen very little, to be honest with you, if that became a reoccurring thing, I think I'd be like, yeah, this is kind of like not cool, right? Because there's times in the early seasons where like she's not necessarily sexualized, but you know that her and Homer have like a
she's
spicy
treated
little
as an adult woman and respected.
yeah,
her
like
beauty.
she's a sexual being, as is Homer, but it's not really put in your face.
It's not exploitative. It's
right.
not.
But
yeah.
there's little hints of it that like Marge and Homer are sexual beings, as
But
we
it's
all
done
are,
in a
tastes-
tasteful way.
tasteful, respectful
Yeah,
way.
and
Yes.
she just kind of gets to treat it as a fucking unit, like throughout.
Yeah.
I will say
Halloween.
this: I haven't seen the episodes, but as I was scrolling through the episodes on Disney Plus, there's an episode where Marge gets fake tits. There's an episode where she's on like steroids or some shit and is with Homer to just be
So
blunt
they like
about it.
ultra sexualized her.
Yes, in
See,
some
so-
other episodes.
so
but
me-
I haven't watched those, so
No, I haven't either. So I think I knew about the one where she had fake tits or something because it's so out of.
Yeah, it's the
character.
one you watch in Morbid Curiosity.
Yeah, because you're like, wait, Marge has big old like that just doesn't sound right,
Yeah.
right?
But
like
somewhere in there, they really like leaned into
Okay.
the sexuality of Marge.
so that kind of changes my perspective on it because I was like, oh, it's just like something that they throw in once in a while because maybe Marge has like this little spicy side, right?
Which is totally fine, but there were some parts where it just seemed out of place, I guess, like unnecessary.
Disrespectful.
But
It's a hard topic because like obviously there's nothing wrong with like sexuality and being sexual,
Not at
right?
all, no.
But I think it all depends about
the context.
how sure, yeah.
Being a sexual being is fine, but being exploited, it just felt off to us the way she was being
So,
portrayed.
but for me to only see it in like maybe 3 or 4 out of 35 episodes, I didn't really think of it that way, right? Because again, I'm not watching these later episodes that we're discussing, right? So I only saw it as like, oh, a little sexy Marge, like it was kind of fun, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. You notice. So here's the thing: the reason that you and I both wrote "sexy Marge" in notes is because you notice it right away. Because it's not very common that you, especially if you're a Simpsons season 1 through 10 watcher, like most of us, right? Well, the 3 of us, I mean. It's not something you see a lot. So when you see it, you notice it right away.
It's been 13 years of a tube dress.
Yeah.
And like,
And then it's very apparent when Marge is in like sexy mode because
and you
she's
see
like,
her figure and like, ooh, that's
yeah,
nice.
like she becomes like, she's got curves all of a sudden. She's
And
not just
I think
a green tube.
younger
dress.
than us. Like Homer's 39.
I think Homer's 36.
36 sounds
Pretty
right.
sure Marge is 34 and Homer's 36. We can fact check.
So
that.
yeah, Marge getting all hot is perfect for us. Like that's fine. She's not our mom's age anymore.
Segment 3, Whiz Kids, based on Harry Potter. Lisa and Bart go to the Springwort School of Magicry, in which young boys and girls are trained in the art of witchcraft.
I think if we were into Harry Potter, it might have gotten a higher one because over my head. But they still made it accessible. We're gonna get into ones that were not accessible when what they were spoofing was like you had to have watched this media to get all these jokes.
So I gave it a 5. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with it. I thought it was fine.
I gave it a 6.
Maybe it was just a couple parts that I really loved so much.
Which ones?
His toad, Bart's toad. Please kill me.
That's one of my favorite.
Every moment I live
I
this
think that-
agony.
Yeah. I think the Toad part I liked, yeah.
I love that, and he's like he just throws up on everything.
Yeah,
I thought that
he's
was
he's
funny.
one of the most miserable creatures.
But I think
ever
for me,
created.
that was about it. Like Burns with being Voldemort and all this other stuff. But as soon as Burns went down, I was like, Smithers is going to fucking eat him now. Like, I know he's going to. And then he does, and I was like, yeah, it's predictable. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, it's a 5. When Burns goes down and the snake.
Oh, when Slithers eats him, that was my Slithers eats Mr. Burns. That was my note.
But for me, I was like, all right,
I love that.
I was
It was
like,
hilarious.
he's obviously going to eat him now.
Yeah,
And then he
you know
did,
what?
and I was just like,
I'll stick with what I initially wrote, a 5, I think, yeah. IMDb gives this episode a 7.6. We gave it a 5.6. That puts it at number 20 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 13 aired November 3rd, 2002. The Simpson family and Ned Flanders hold a seance in the hope of communicating with the spirit of Maud Flanders. Bart tries to trick Ned by dressing up as Maud's ghost, but the real ghost of Maud, now a demonic spirit, appears instead. She asks if they're ready for tales that will shatter spines and boil blood, to which Lisa replies, well, duh. She then pulls out a book that reads the episode's title.
It's the return of Maggie Roswell, who voiced, and she had dispute over money and moving, and that she got killed with the shirt cannon because they fired her, and they worked that out. So that was her first return, was the non-canonical. So yeah, I enjoyed it for that.
Segment 1. Send in the clones. Based on multiplicity. Homer's hammock collapses while he is taking a nap. He purchases a new one from a passing vendor who warns him that it carries a curse. Disregarding this, Homer lies down and discovers that the new hammock can produce clones of anyone who rests on it.
I didn't hate it, actually. I gave it a 6.
7.
I gave it a 4. It just made me laugh too much. I liked all the different versions of Homer, but...
Tracy Ullman's Homer, Fat Homer, and Peter Griffin, and there were some other ones in there.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I'd watch it again. It really leaned into the sci-fi. I liked, yeah.
Segment 2. The fright to creep and scare harms. While at the Springfield Cemetery mourning the loss of her pet goldfish, Lisa inadvertently discovers the grave of William H. Bonney, a man who was killed in his youth by gun violence. According to his epitaph, he dreamed of a world without guns. In his memory, Lisa starts a gun control crusade, which makes Springfield 100% gun-free. I liked this one. I gave it a 6.
It was fun. It felt like a throwback.
I gave it a 4. I don't know why I hated it, but I hated it.
When Homer gives up his gun, he says, "Don't worry, boy, you'll be shooting angels in heaven." That got me.
I said piano.
Yeah, that's a piano. I said piano.
This one's called The Fright to Creep and Scare Harms. And it's like, guys, pick one pun out of that. You don't need to load 4 puns in all. That's ridiculous. Like,
I can barely remember anything from it, but as you guys are talking about it, I remember little bits.
Yeah.
But like, I remember just watching it and being like, nah, 4.
yeah. I gave it a 6. It was a nice throwback. It felt like the earlier ones.
There were a couple good fun moments in there. I enjoyed it as a whole. So, Segment 3. The Island of Dr. Hibbert. Based on the Island of Dr. Moreau, the Simpsons visit the Island of Lost Souls, where they find Dr. Hibbert running the island's resort after hearing rumors he had gone mad. Didn't like it.
Yeah, kind of lame.
Marge is a furry. This is when the fucking begins. Like, this is, she's a full-blown furry.
What was she in this one? I forget.
She's just a cat. She's like a
covered
blue
blue
cat.
fur.
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 3. I wouldn't watch this one again.
I gave it an 8, but I was lying. I don't know why I gave it an 8.
What headspace were you in? When
I don't know. I think
Ben had a couple
Marge
that are a little off, but you have some that are way off.
I think Marge was doing something to me. I don't know. Maybe I really like Dr. Hibbert, and he's one. I guess he's one of my favorite characters, and I didn't realize it.
I didn't make a note of it, but I'm remembering now. Dr. Frink was the turkey on the table, and they were cutting into him.
No, wait a minute now.
I remember that making me laugh. That was good, but no, this one I really just
I think the whole Treehouse of Horror 13. Like, I could watch the clone one again, but the other two, I'm just like, man.
IMDb gives this episode a 7.6. We gave it a 5.7. That puts it at number 19 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 14 aired November 2nd, 2003. Bart and Lisa fight over candy. Homer throws a burning log at them, misses, and hits Grandpa. Homer rolls Bart and Lisa in a rug and beats the lumps. Marge intervenes with a gun and shoots Homer.
That was such a weird intro.
I gave it a 2. I didn't like it.
So I gave it a 4, which is, again, almost my lowest rating.
Bad. Just was.
I gave it a 6 because Abe was like, "I'm still cold" when he was on fire.
That's a good line. Yeah.
That's probably why it's a 4 for me and not a 3. But man, it was like, I was just like, why is Homer just like, why is the family just killing each other off? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, it was out of the blue.
It felt really rushed. Like,
Yeah,
oh
it
shit, we
didn't-
forgot the intro. Fuck, they just kill each other.
Yeah, didn't
do it for
didn't
me.
seem clever at all. Wasn't fun. Just was like, all right, this is lame.
Segment 1, Reaper Madness. Homer becomes the Grim Reaper after cracking his skull open with a bowling ball in revenge for the death of Snowball 1 and JFK. This one was, meh.
I agree, man.
5 for me.
5.5.
This is when the cartoons start eating themselves. Like, this is a direct spin or a spoof of Family Guy. Like, Death was a character in there, and I feel like that this was a spoof. Also, it kind of follows the rules of the Santa Claus, which is okay to experiment with. But yeah, this one, oh God, what is wrong with me? I gave it an 8, but
Bro.
Like, I didn't hate this one, but I don't need to go back and watch it. 5.5 is just below that 6 where I don't need to watch it again.
Right. If I came across it just playing on TV, I'd sit and watch it. But
Sure. If it was on and you're like in a hotel or something.
this was number 9 on my ultimate list, and it should not have made the top 10.
You need to look inside. You need some
I
self-reflection.
really do. Like, most of my decisions are good, but just fuck. I don't know how did this wind up being number 9.
Like again, I didn't hate this episode, but it was meh.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, you fucking weirdo? No? Okay. Segment 2, Frankenstein, based on Frankenstein. Professor Frink reanimates his late father, who decides to steal body parts in order to improve himself. I love it.
Oh, I hated it.
Really? You hated it?
This will be good. I'm giving Ben the floor. I don't have anything to add, but fight.
Gave it a 4. I like Professor Frink as like a little pop-in character. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force when it's like 7 to 11 minutes long, but dude, that movie was brutal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's better in small pieces.
Yeah, and I feel
That
the
is
same.
perfect.
I feel the same about Professor Frink. Like I don't need a whole episode about him. He's awesome and amazing when he pops in
and tells a joke and
That's
leaves.
fair.
Yep. But if I have a whole episode about him, I'm like, you're not who I came here to see, man. You know.
All right, I could respect that. I was excited to see a little bit more Frink in one. Like,
That's fair.
And I mean, it goes without saying, they brought in Jerry Lewis. He's the OG fucking Nutty Professor.
Okay.
They got him to do the voice of Frink's dad. That gets all the bonus points for me.
I think they could have used him on something better, man. I don't know.
He plays Professor Frink's dad.
Well, I get the
That's part of the
I get the
lore.
Nutty Professor thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
The whole inspiration for Frink, which is one of my favorite characters, they got him to do the voice. That made me so happy.
I could maybe give bonus points for that, but like the episode to me was still meh because watching it, I didn't know that. I didn't know it when I was watching it.
Yeah.
So now knowing it, I'm not gonna be like, wait, that episode was amazing, right?
It kind of feels like, what's this weird, crusty voice going on? Like, yeah.
I'll reason with you and say if it were not for Jerry Lewis doing the voice, I probably would have given it about a 5 or a 6.
I don't think they would have made the episode in that case.
Yeah, but one line that cracked both of us up was he's stealing all the brains and putting them in, gathering all that knowledge. And he says,
The pyramids were actually built by Sears.
that killed us.
He's just rambling. The pyramids were built by Sears.
I loved it. Again, mostly because it was Jerry Lewis.
So what was your rating on it?
8.
An 8. Okay. Again, it's just I don't want that much Professor Frink, man.
That's fair. I can understand that.
Yeah, I respect that. I get it.
Sorry, what did you give this one?
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Segment 3. Stop the World, I Want to Goof Off. Based on the Twilight Zone episode, A Kind of Stopwatch. Bart and Milhouse get a stopwatch through an advertisement in an old comic book that allows them to stop time. I'm with him on this one.
I mean, the stopping time is one of those fantasies you always play with in your brain, and they just botched the fuck out of this.
I gave it a 5.5, which means it's not a rewatch for me.
I gave it a 2. I did not enjoy it. I don't remember even cracking a smile at this one.
Yeah, I gave it a
didn't
5.
find
It was-
anything funny about
I'm trying to think of what happened. Like I remember what happened, but I'm trying to think of a memorable moment.
Milhouse and Bart have the stopwatch and then the stop time when they're being chased by the town. They break the watch, and then they spend the next 15 years learning how to fix the watch, and Milhouse is all gross because he's been eating gummy. That's kind of funny that he's been eating gummy worms for 15 years. That's about it, and you get a light chortle out of the episode, but yeah, just they fucked up a really good idea.
Yeah.
And they've proven that they can really expand on good ideas.
Well, keep in mind my 5.5 is like a 3 for you, probably, right? So
Yeah. Okay, we're all on the same page.
Yeah. IMDb gives this episode a 7.5. We gave it a 6.6. That puts it at number 13 on our list. Trails of Horror 15. King and Kodos star in a fictional sitcom entitled Keepin' It Kodos. They cook The Simpsons for their boss and get an intergalactic promotion.
why did I give that a 6?
I gave it an 8 because that's one of my favorite tropes. Real quick, there's a show, New Girl, where that trope happens, only it's not food, it's meth, and it's not a boss, it's a cop, and it's hilarious.
I think I enjoyed it enough to give it a 6 when I was watching it, because they had like a laugh track on it and shit.
It was enjoyable, yeah. And it's like watching the first episode of WandaVision, and you're like, I get it.
Yeah, I don't think I hated it.
Segment 1, The Ned Zone, based on the Stephen King novel The Dead Zone. Flanders is struck by a bowling ball thrown by Homer in an attempt to get his frisbee off the roof. After recovering in the hospital, Flanders can see the deaths of people whom he touches.
I I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 4. I didn't think it was particularly funny. I think they could have been a lot more creative with the deaths that he saw. The only part that made me laugh was he sees the vision that Homer's going to blow up the whole town by hitting the button. So he goes into the plant to try and stop him, shoots Homer. He lands next to the button. Then his body flails around and he gets closer. And then he flails around and gets closer. Finally, his tongue comes out and hits it.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
I like that segment. I think that's probably why I rated it a 6.
Just because of that end part? Or
that was a lot of it. But to be honest, I didn't hate that episode. I thought it was all right.
What'd you give that one?
5.
That's not too bad.
It was a fun plot to watch, but I don't need to see it again.
Right.
Segment 2, 4 Beheadings and a Funeral, based on the graphic novel From Hell by Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell and Sherlock Holmes. Taking place in 1890, London's prostitutes are being killed with swords in a series of unsolved murders by the Mutton Chop Murderer.
I thought this one was okay. I gave it a 5.
I give it a 5 too.
I also gave it a 5.
All right. Give us a snog. That made me laugh. Oh, when they go to the comic book guy's shop, he gets stabbed and he's fallen over and knocks over the potion. It lands on the stool and the stool comes alive. I'm Simon Stulowitz or whatever he says. And he's like, I'm going to go to America, be a big star. I love that part.
See, to me, I was like, they're running out of ideas.
I know.
Man.
It was so stupid it made me laugh. It was dumb.
It was really pretty though. It was a cool art. I like the direction of the art in it, and then it feels like that this is one of the first. They've done it before, but this is when, and we're going to see in the future, like they really lean into different art styles, and I really like when they do that. So I gave it a 5 because the plot wasn't great, but it was a beautiful thing to look at.
Yeah, that's fair.
Segment 3, In the Belly of the Boss, based on The Fantastic Voyage. Professor Frink creates a machine that shrinks objects. Maggie crawls inside a giant pill, thinking that it is a ball pit, which is miniaturized and swallowed by Mr. Burns. When the rest of the family realizes what has happened, they agree to be shrunk within a craft and injected into Burns' body.
Didn't I enjoy this one too much, honestly?
Again, like they have these really good ideas and really good setups, and they just miss all the pins.
They really do.
I gave it a 6. I didn't hate it.
I gave it a 3. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
That's fair.
Where were you at on this one?
I give it a 5.
I did like Professor Frink says, Riboflavin Glavin. That's all I got for this one.
See, he's great when he pops in just for these little
For
one.
sure.
Yeah, just for a second.
Definitely.
IMDb gives this episode a 7.4. We gave it a 4.8. That puts it at number 27 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 16 aired November 6, 2005. In the opening, King hopes to speed up an exceedingly slow and boring baseball game, despite Kodos' protests, but ends up destroying the universe when the baseball players go so fast they turn into a killer vortex which sucks up the whole universe, even God. When Kodos berates Kang off camera for destroying the universe, Kang responds by leaving a post-it note on the white void, revealing the title of the episode.
I've actually become a big fan of baseball. Like, I'm a big Padres fan these days. And I used to not care about baseball, right? Living in San Diego and going to games, I eventually got like invested. Now I love baseball. But they were talking about how boring it was, and I was like, it was funny to me because that's how I used to feel about it. And I don't feel that way about it.
Well, I've always loved baseball. I'm not a football guy at all, but I like baseball because it's a sit and chill kind of a thing. It's just kind of a, like, I want to relax and eat some peanuts and like have a beer if that's your cup of tea. Like, it's a, you know, I don't like the intensity of football. I don't understand the fucking rules of football.
I will just say that this is, from what I read, this whole intro segment was their slot time had changed so much due to the World Series that this was kind of their like, oh god, it's so slow and boring.
So they were
Let's
just
move
like
it along.
speed this shit up.
Yeah, because
that's kind of funny. That actually makes it better.
Yeah, so I did appreciate that, them taking the piss out of baseball and everything. So
Segment 1, BI Artificial Intelligence, based on the Spielberg movie AI Artificial Intelligence. Bart winds up in a deep coma after attempting to jump out of a window into a swimming pool. The family takes in a robotic boy named David, who quickly proves to be a better son.
this was pretty middle of the road for me. I gave it a 5.
Same. But also, I don't know why I did my rating system this way, but I would have done it lower if I didn't do it this way. But I gave it a 5 as well, which is.
I gave it a 4. I should have gone lower because it turned out it was all a dream.
Yeah, that really ruined it for me.
That's rule number 1 in writing a story, is that you can't just wake up and it all be a dream. I mean, there was an episode that worked, but no. you can't just Diaz Machina.
It was pretty lame.
Yeah, the only part that actually made me laugh out loud was David the robot. Homer opens his face and it's a waffle maker. That cracked me up. That was about it.
Makes waffles with his face.
Yeah.
Segment 2. Survival of the Fattest. Based on the short story, The Most Dangerous Game. Men from Springfield arrive at Mr. Burns' mansion to go hunting. Unbeknownst to them, they themselves are the prey to be hunted, with Burns pledging that if they survive by noon the following day, they will be free to go home.
Again, just middle of the road for me. I gave it a 5.
Gave it a 6. Didn't hate it. Didn't like it.
I gave it a 7 because of all the violence, and the violence just kept coming, and I like
That's
it.
fair.
These Halloween episodes get soft, and I just really like the gore that just needs to pop in the screen.
The one part I really liked about this was when Lenny dies, his vision of heaven, it's just Carls.
Bunch of Carls.
A whole bunch of Carls. I
It's so
like
good.
that.
Yeah, it's good.
They're good friends.
Segment 3. I've Grown a Costume on Your Face. Based on the Twilight Zone episode, The Masks. At a semi-annual costume contest, a witch turns the citizens of Springfield into their Halloween costumes.
I think it could have been a great episode, but they really didn't do much with it.
I actually really liked the concept, and I think that's why I gave it a 7.
I also really like the concept, but they didn't do much with it.
Yeah.
I give it a 5.
I gave it a 6, and the note is creative but dumb ending. It seems like these guys have really good concepts, and then they just botch the fuck out of it.
What was the ending?
I'm trying to remember now. I didn't make a note of the ending, but I think they just decide to stay as what they were turned into. I don't think they. I could be wrong.
I think I was probably being generous, but I liked the idea enough that I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I did like Mayor Quimby being Mayor McCheese. I liked that, but that was about it.
IMDb gives this episode a 7.3. We gave it a 5.4. That puts it at number 22 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 17 aired November 5th, 2006. In a dungeon, a crypt opens, revealing a coffin containing Mr. Burns as the crypt keeper. Mo interrupts him as he introduces himself and is consequently killed in an Iron Maiden, his blood spilling onto the floor and spelling out the title of the episode. Segment 1, Married to the Blob, based on The Blob. While Homer and Marge kiss in the backyard, a meteorite falls nearby, cracking open to reveal a green substance. Homer, despite the family's objections, devours it.
He started eating people.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought I had some good jokes.
Yeah, it was all right.
If I can keep down Arby's, I can keep you down.
Also, why the fuck did he eat that? It's just so random. That he just was like, I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, so the story could happen, I guess.
Yeah. But him trying to suck it back in was pretty funny.
Oh, snorting it back in like it was snot and stuff.
Yeah. I gave it a 5.5. I didn't completely hate it. I just thought it was really fucking random.
I gave this one a 6. After I rewatched it, there were more things I found funny about it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I gave it a 6 because, there were some fun things in there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should have gone lower, but that's okay.
Homer's, sitting in the kitchen eating everything, and then you see the cat's head start poking out of his stomach, and he fucking hits it with a frying pan.
Yeah, there's some good bits.
Segment 2, You Gotta Know When to Golem, based on the 1920 German silent film The Golem. At the end of an episode of Krusty's show, Bart goes backstage to complain about an alarm clock he bought, and finds the Golem of Prague, a creature from Jewish mythology designed to protect Jewish people.
Yeah, I don't know if you can credit that to a specific... Maybe it is, because I haven't read the specific story. But the Golem is a very popular and used character, and, he's almost like a vampire or a mummy or a Frankenstein.
Sure.
He pops up a lot. Fran Drescher's in the episode. I gave the whole thing a 3.
I also gave it a 3.
4.5.
I liked Krusty's face in HD.
Yep.
That was really about it, honestly. that was about it.
Yeah.
I also wrote maybe it could have been a Hanukkah episode, but I don't know. Whatever.
Random.
Segment 3, The Day the Earth Looks Stupid, based on War of the Worlds. Springfield is fooled by Orson Welles' 1938 The War of the Worlds radio broadcast, leading to mass panic.
I put 7 for this one. I liked this one.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.5.
Gave it a 6.
Because it's the 30s and everyone's listening to the radio, I love that Otto is riding his bike and he has 2 giant radios strapped to his head. That was great.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I like the music, like the art style, the character design in that last segment, but really that was the only one in this whole episode that stood out to me.
They all had bad endings. That's another note, but that's number 26 on my overall.
IMDb gives this episode a 6.8. We gave it a 4.9. That puts it at number 26 on our list. Treehouse of Horror 18 aired November 4th, 2007. Marge talks about Halloween being last week, and suddenly various logos for other Fox shows pop up on the screen.
Everything. I actually really enjoyed that intro. I thought that was fun. That was
I
a
kind of
cool
liked
idea.
it too. I gave it a 6.5.
Yeah, apparently it gave me a gut laugh, Homer
Yeah.
gut laugh. Yeah, it was very creative.
I gave it the intro an 8.
Yeah, I
liked
gave it an
that.
8.
Segment 1, E.T. Go Home, based on E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Bart finds Kodos in the butane storage shed and agrees to help him return home.
I really liked this one. I gave this one an 8.
Yeah, I gave this one a 7. I thought it was interesting.
5.5 for me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. This one just didn't hit for me. Like, again, I gave it a 5.5. I didn't hate it. But I didn't love it.
It's a diamond in the rough. It's like after slogging through all that crap, you're like, oh, this is kind of a good one to watch. This is fun.
Part of it, I think, is because there's been not a whole lot of King and Kodos in the Halloween episode, so it was nice to see one actually really focused on one of them.
Yeah. Again, I can admit that maybe like I could have missed some things, or maybe it was late, or maybe I'd watched too many in a row.
Sure.
So, but for some reason I rated it a little bit lower. But this episode overall has a higher rating than a lot of the ones that came before it, like the last few.
Yeah.
Segment 2, Mr. and Mrs. Simpson, based on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Homer and Marge discover they are both assassins for hire.
Hated it. I got a 2. I didn't like it at all.
I spelled the letters out. MEH. Like, how is this horror? How is this? What the fuck are we doing here?
Why did I give it a 6.5? For some reason I gave it a 6.5.
I should have given it a 5. It's got a 6.
I remember the overall gist. I'm just trying to think why I gave it a 6.5.
I couldn't tell you.
Hey man, I must have kind of enjoyed it when I watched it. I don't know.
Which is fair. It's fine. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I thought it was boring. I don't remember laughing at all in this one. I had no notes.
I'm gonna have to watch some of these again.
You should. Just we can retcon a lot of it.
Yeah, we can do
It's
pickups
hard
on this
because
video.
when I watch them all, it's like you kind of check out sometimes a little. You're like trying,
absolutely.
So it's like
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of the stuff that happens, but that's what I gave it at the time. So
Fair.
Segment 3, Heck House. Bart, Lisa, Milhouse, and Nelson become frustrated with Agnes Skinner when she refuses to give them candy. They trick the townspeople, who then disguise the church as a haunted house to scare them into righteousness.
I think AI wrote this episode.
It could have been.
This is weird.
I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 6.
So the tricks start pretty tame. They turn into straight up fucking felonies.
Yeah.
The tanker crashes into a hotel. Like, they get pretty hardcore. And then I had to make a note of this one. All the townspeople come to bitch at Homer about it. The kids drop a pig ass first onto Homer's head. That is so fucking just out of control. Like, he's head first in a pig's ass.
Like Mr. Bean and the turkey?
Yeah, dude. I was just like, what is happening? And
They got a little carried away with that one.
Yeah.
That's probably why I gave it a 6. I was probably like, man, they just went off the rails with this one. Like, it seemed like it changed direction a few times.
Yeah, and then, they trick the kids to going into the church because they think it's a haunted house, and that's where Flanders is like, here's all the deadly sins, right? And then the
Oh,
kids...
it's the Rorschach painting, or the Roach painting, with the painting you have with all the weird...
Oh, they do, yes, they do reference Garden of Earthly Delights, which I was happy to see, but man, I wish they would have expanded on that. You know the painting. You said you saw it.
Oh, yeah.
I think you told me about it years ago, I think. You said you saw it in, like, Spain or something.
I don't remember where I saw it, but yeah, I've seen it.
Anyway, they do that, but God, I really wish they would have expanded on that. It would have been so cool to see a bunch of the crazy shit from that painting as Simpsons characters.
That seems to be a very common theme, is like, they had a
Could
good
have
idea.
done so much more.
Yeah. And fun fact is, this is the first one after the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's your fun fact.
Maybe that's why the pig came in.
Yeah, it definitely was Spider Pig for sure.
Yeah.
IMDb gives this episode a 6.9. We gave it a 6.3. That puts it at number 14 on our list.